Welcome to my channel, where OP burns the side piece's life to the ground. Our next post is from Throwaway4326. This happened in the early 2000s. The world was a much different place back then. People used AOL passwords written on sticky notes. Cell phones were big and clunky, and life seemed simpler. I had just gotten married and we bought a house. We also had 4- and 6-year-old twins. We had a beautiful home in a safe neighborhood. All in all, life was good. We had our ups and downs, but nothing too serious. But over time, cracks started showing in my marriage. These are minor details. I knew my wife was out a lot. She claimed it was because her mother was sick and she was taking care of her. One day, I found a couple of receipts from lingerie shops near her mother's house. I didn't think much of it and assumed she was buying lingerie for me. A few months later, I noticed my wife driving out to her parents' house 3 to 4 times a week. That didn't seem normal to me. I tried not to jump to conclusions, but my curiosity got the best of me. I decided to start keeping track of the mileage on her car. I noticed that she was gone for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours at a time. I wasn't being paranoid. I was just trying to understand why she was driving so much. The drive to her parents' house was about 90 minutes each way. And during that time, I would get a call from a friend asking if she could borrow some money. She always said no. After a month of monitoring the mileage, I noticed that she had driven almost 400 extra miles. This was beyond suspicious. Something was definitely up. I couldn't help but wonder what my wife was doing all that time. Was she visiting her mother? Was she cheating on me? These thoughts consumed my mind. It felt like my worst fears were being confirmed. The fact that my wife had been driving so much meant that she was hiding something. I knew I needed to find out the truth, but I wasn't sure how. Suddenly, I noticed something strange. My wife had written something on one of the sticky notes next to her keyboard. Upon closer inspection, I realized that it was her AOL password. Back in the early 2000s, it was common for people to store their passwords on sticky notes or pieces of paper. I decided to take advantage of this. I logged in with her permission using her password and read all her messages. My wife bragged about sneaking around with a high school ex of hers and made jokes about how her husband, that is me, had let himself go since the kids. I felt betrayed and furious. Should have known better than to trust her. How could she do this to me? To us, it felt like the rug had been pulled out from under me. I was in shock. Couldn't believe what I was reading. My wife had been cheating on me the whole time. It was hard to process. The shock soon wore off and was replaced by a burning need for answers. Who was this guy? How long had it been going on? How could I put an end to it? My gut reaction was to confront my wife, but I knew that wouldn't lead me to any answers. I needed to investigate further. I reached out to an old friend of mine who happened to be a private investigator. I explained my situation to him and hired him to find out everything he could about this man, her ex, and her movements. He was eager to help and assured me that he would leave no stone unturned. Days turned into weeks as I waited for my PI friend to gather his information. I couldn't help but worry that I was overreacting. Maybe there was a perfectly innocent explanation for everything. Maybe I had made a mistake by hiring a PI. Just when I was starting to doubt myself, my PI friend contacted me with a breakthrough. He had enough evidence to prove that my wife was cheating on me with this man. He had photos of them together and a record of their interactions. I felt a surge of anger and betrayal. My wife had been lying to me the whole time. The weight of the situation crushed me. I was torn between wanting to confront my wife and wanting to protect myself. I knew I needed to take action, but I wasn't sure what to do first. I decided to seek legal counsel. I needed to understand my options and figure out how to proceed. The attorney listened patiently and advised me on the best course of action. I took his advice and prepared for the ultimate showdown. I confronted my wife with the evidence I had gathered. She broke down and admitted to cheating on me. I was devastated, but I knew I had to move forward. I filed for divorce and child custody. My wife fought back, but she couldn't deny the evidence. I want sole custody of the kids and half of our assets. I walked away knowing that I had done everything I could to protect my kids and myself. I'm sharing my story to help others who might be going through similar experiences. It's important to trust your gut and take action if you suspect something is wrong. With the help of friends and professionals, you can overcome any challenge. It's been a long journey, but I'm grateful for the support I've received along the way. Thanks for listening to my story. If you have any advice or words of encouragement, please share them below. I look forward to reading your comments. Cheating is a horrible thing to happen to anyone. I'm glad that Op was able to find the strength to move on and protect his children. Do you have a story about someone getting what's coming to them? Then share it in the comments. And if you liked this video, hit the like button. And if you haven't already, then what are you waiting for? Subscribe to the channel.